yo, 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 yo.
Head over heels for that someone. Head for the hills for nothing.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel The Mellow Mess. आज का जो वीडियो है it is completely dedicated to this new series that I've started. अगर आपने मेरा पिछला वीडियो देखा है तो उसमें मैंने कहा था that I have recently started reading books and I am very much into it. तो इस habit को I want to continue and that's why I thought कि जो भी मैं बुक्स पढ़ूँगी I would share whatever my takeaways are, not the summary of the book of course, but just a brief, and then what all quotes that I like from it or anything that I want to share with you. So on that note, I am going to start with the video. So in the first episode I am going to share my favorite quotes from the book that I recently read, which was Tuesdays with Morrie. So this book में basically it's a story of a teacher and a student. The teacher is actually suffering from a fatal disease called ALS, and one of his students got to know about it, and then he starts to visit him every Tuesday. And the teacher's name is Morrie. Who visits him is Mitch. So it's a story between Mitch and Morrie, basically a conversation, not a conversation but all the conversations that took place on every Tuesday. So क्या वो लोग बातें करते थे Tuesdays को, and majorly it revolves around life, death, and yeah, that's about it. So now you must be thinking कि अच्छा तो उसको ऐसा disease है तो he must be like on his deathbed, so he would pass away, and then जो story है it's gonna be a very sad story and the student is going to talk about death and all, but that is so not true. This book is completely opposite of it, and if you have gone through such pain in your life recently or maybe any time, and you might have struggled dealing with it, or then I would suggest you read this once. It's not going to lessen the pain of course, but it would prepare you and it would help you to deal with the subject of mortality. In this video I'm actually going to share top 10 quotes that not only gave me strength but it has actually changed my perspective a lot. I hope you like it, and also by the end of the video, so I will share like 9 quotes, right, and the 10th quote I would share it with you. So आप लोग मुझे बताइएगा like आपका क्या perspective है उस thought को लेकर, उस quote को लेकर. I would love to hear from you all, so please use the comment section. And yeah, so without any further ado, let's get started. So the first quote is, now you must be wondering कि ऐसे क्वेश्चन कौन पूछता है, मतलब हाँ आप उठे एक दिन and you would start asking yourself, is today the day, am I doing what I need? Of course we don't ask those questions. I would suggest you do it. You ask these questions to yourself. You make yourself uncomfortable. एक बारी के लिए एक बार पूछ कर देखो. You would have this ऐसे एक झिझक होगा starting में, but then once you start answering these questions to yourself, trust me, you would have the answers to all of it. All the questions that we have in our mind, all the little things that pop up that somehow disturbs our day-to-day balance, you would get the answer to it. I'm not kidding, not at all. Anyways, so इसी से लेकर there is another quote that I like, the second quote, which is, now you might ask like how can we ever prepare to die, right? मतलब कैसे हम खुद को prepare करें? The answer to this is very easy. So जो questions अभी हमने अभी जो पहले quote में जो questions थे, you ask these to yourself. आप खुद से पूछोगे ना, that is how you would learn how to die. And once you do that, you would learn how to live, because then you would know what things you are doing which is not at all required, and on what all are those certain parts of your life or certain people in your life that you want to spend more time with. And once you start giving priority to the people who actually matter, once you start giving priority to the things that is going to help you become the person that you eventually wanted to be, you're going to learn how to live. That's my understanding. Let me know what you think about it. So the third quote is, now I really want to share this with everyone watching this video, that pain needs to be acknowledged, not avoided. And if you think by hiding your emotions you're portraying yourself as a very strong individual, you are actually just fooling yourself. And you can do it, I mean, you might carry it with you for a week, for a month, maybe for a year, but you're only hurting yourself. So the least you can do for yourself is acknowledge the pain that you're going through, and I believe rest everything falls in its place eventually. The next quote that I really liked was, now you see, if you don't have the support and love and caring and concern from your family members, you don't have anything at all. I don't think you do. I mean, you don't have much at all. So love is supremely important, right? And nothing else will give you that. Not money, not fame, not work, nothing. So you cannot basically replace love with things. You cannot. Moving on to next quote, which is, well, but then you might ask, should we not experience life? Should we not experience all the good and bad emotions? Of course you should. That is how you would get over it. That is how you would be detached from it. So once you feel something, you feel it completely. You must experience the emotion, but detachment doesn't mean you don't let the experience penetrate you. In fact, you let it penetrate you fully. That's how you're able to leave it, right? Only then you can say, all right, I have experienced that emotion and I recognize it, and now I need to detach from this emotion for a moment. So I think it's a beautiful thing to actually think about it. So detachment is actually not a bad thing at all. So the next time if someone is being rude to you, if someone is mean to you, take a moment, ask them, or maybe ask yourself, why do they feel threatened, right? Take a moment to think why they did what they did, if possible, and be gentle, right? It won't harm you in any way possible. So rather than reciprocating the same thing, take a step back, ask yourself why they did what they did. If they're only being mean to you, there is a reason why they're being mean to you, and that might not be you. So I hope that makes sense. Next quote is actually the quote in itself, और मतलब उसको explain करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है, and it goes like, well, it's very deep. For all the things we didn't do, all the things we should have done, you cannot get stuck on the regrets of what should have happened. I mean, you would always wish that you had done more work or you had written more books, but for how long you're gonna, regret it? So forgive yourself. And on that note, I am going to end this video. But as I said, I would share a quote with you and I would love to hear your opinions on it. What do you think about it? And the quote is, alright, that is the end of it. If you liked the video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. If you do not like the video, please help me understand what I can do to improve it. Use the comment section. I am open to feedback. Like, share and comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will see you on Sunday with yet another vlog. Till then, stay safe. Bye.